Liquid contracted its first player in 2008, and he's still under contract today. We are essentially the most global, most victorious, and biggest esports organization of all time. So gaming is you grab a soccer ball or you grab a basketball and you go shoot hoops with your friends, right? Esports is the NBA. So esports is professional, organized competition and events that fill arenas all around the world. So for example, Madison Square Garden sells out in 9 minutes, right? We are not organizing them, but we are the sports team that shows up to play. Similar to how you're like cheering and yelling for Ajax or PSV or whoever, you need to be yelling, "Let's go Liquid!" Some of the legal challenges and business goals that we have as a company are very complex. We have a pretty complex infrastructure when it comes to our parent company and our BV and our LLC and our international business. So we are global at the end of the day, right? And so when it came to finding a Dutch law firm, we weren't only thinking about local law, we were actually thinking about all of our law verticals and all of our needs and thinking about it more as like an EU or EMEA law firm and how it fits into our already established global infrastructure. And so when it comes to Team Liquid, there's everything from contract law to sports contracts to Dutch employment law to European employment law or international relocations, right? Because we're bringing so many more employees to Utrecht, and what does that all involve? There's complex tax issues that we need to handle together. So all of these different business units under Team Liquid Enterprises have their own unique legal needs, and Holla serves that for us. The first thing I said to Janina when we first met regarding what we were looking for in a lawyer, let alone an entire firm, was the culture in which the company is ran by, right? Which is, nothing is impossible. Actually, I have a quote on my Twitter, which is, difficult takes a day, impossible takes a week. So even when it comes to the office, when it comes to vendors that we work with, we don't like the word impossible. So when we were interviewing law firms, we were hearing things like, oh, well, that's maybe possible, or maybe that's not possible, or maybe there's some rule here that prevents you from doing business in this way. For us, we would like to get creative and we'd like to make things possible, right? So how can we work together to work through the challenges that face us today? I think that's the number one thing that we need in a law firm. Janina's real strength comes from understanding our needs, being flexible, and being prepared for the unknown. So for us, at the end of the day, Holla provides all of the legal expertise and all of the legal verticals that we need for Team Liquid Enterprises. When we were joining Holla or merging or kind of transitioning over, we were able, under the same roof, kind of under the same parent, to have access to all of these different services. So for Janina and team, it was very easy to call the different partners, call the different expertise levels, the different verticals of Holla, and apply them to the Team Liquid business. And also from a monetary perspective, it was easier to package in services, right? Because we have so many different things that we need legally. So we know the days of, let's do a one-off project here with a invoice, and let's do another one over here, and maybe let's find an outside party that's an expert at this. Those days are kind of over. What tips do I have for esports organizations or people wanting to work in the industry or entrepreneurs or people raising money or wanting to make a new company? And for me, it's please always be honest and be transparent, but also make yourself uncomfortable. And I like to be uncomfortable because that's what drives the business forward and that's what pressures me to innovate.